Namaste, everyone. I'm going to give you a manifestation meditation. Manifestation meditation. And basically, what we're going to do is we're going to chant Wahe Guru, a very simple mantra, but very, very powerful. And we are going to concentrate, right? A part of manifestation is concentration, right? Right, concentration, right? In any sort of practice that is disciplinary, right? Pretty much any form of yoga and any form of meditation, really, any form of athleticism, any form of even art, really everything that has to do with craftsmanship, right? Either you are like a basketball player, I consider that craftsmanship, or either you're just a painter, right? There's a level of concentration that you must have, right? And not just the concentration, but there's this particular concentration that you can cultivate, where this concentration, it gives you this sort of this what we call this revolving perspective, right? Like you're think of like you're a basketball player, and that sort of concentration can be able to kind of map out and expand the sort of horizon to be able to sort of predict, as well as like sort of calculate the many maneuvers that need to take place. And that's what we do when we're creating vision boards in our head, right? Or in our thoughts, right? We're basically kind of maneuvering ourselves in multiple ways, kind of simultaneously, right? And that's kind of what we call the revolving sort of concentration, right? We call it kind of multitasking, but really when we look at an individual who has craftsmanship, most individuals who have this sort of craftsmanship are very multi-talented, very multi-dimensional, right? They're not just forward and back, side to side, that kind of fixed perspective. They have this sort of a revolving perspective, meaning if you're an athlete, or if you're some sort of artist, the revolving perspective really has to do with your ability to reinvent yourself, right? Reinvent your strategy, your plan, reinvent your mindset, so that you're always up to date. Because either you're a basketball player, either you're a painter, life is always evolving, life is always moving forward, right? So to have that level of concentration not only gives you the intelligence, right, to be, again, concentration is intelligence, right? And people who have a good sense of concentration usually have a high, you could say, higher intelligence, or a high IQ, right? Because it means that concentration really represents that you have a really refined learner's mind. And a learner's mind seems very basic, right? We can talk about the learner's mind as like early childhood development. That's kind of when we think of the learner's mind. But the early childhood development, actually, that learner's mind is actually very, very, there's a sensory awareness to it that is very receptive, meaning they learn very quickly, very, very quickly. And that's the thing about, talk about intelligence, is there's a sort of velocity to it in the way that you can learn very quickly when you have a sort of enhanced learner's mind, like that children have. Like children, they just learn, they can learn like multiple languages simultaneously. Like you could give them like learning French, Spanish, German, English, and they will get it, right? They will get it. They are very, very receptive to new information. Now, as we get older, our concentration kind of wanders, and we start to get less receptive to information. We get very fixed. And as you know, like any sort of athlete, or any sort of, you can say even musician, or we can say on the opposite spectrum, like the arts, right? When you start to get fixed and you start to get inflexible, right, in the mind, right, what happens is you start to get inflexible in the body, and if you're a singer, inflexible in the voice, you get sort of fixed, right? And when you get very fixed, you very much limit the capability of you, right? When we think of like the great basketball players, they're really about the next level. They're not about fixation, and not about being inflexible in a particular belief of what is capable of them. They're really about the sort of concentration that has this sort of revolving perspective, where really they have this receptivity to new information. Like, okay, I did it this well, I can do it this well. I did it this well, I can do it this well. And that is really the learner's mind, right? I can learn, my vocabulary at 4 years old is this much. My vocabulary vocabulary at 5-year-old is this much. My vocabulary at 6-year-old is this much, right? So there's this kind of revolving perspective. The receptivity of information really makes you a lot more, it gives you this not only higher intelligence, but really higher intelligence is the gateway. I personally, right, higher intelligence is the gateway to higher creativity, right? And higher creativity is what we call, having that creative mind really is the backbone to a lot of these maneuvers that we take. Either they're risks, right? Either you're a basketball player or you're a risk in musician or whatever risk in science. It really is the higher creativity, really is the backbone, meaning creativity is about life force, right? The life force is kind of about your integrity, the backbone, right? You able to hold you together, right? So we are going to have a meditation that works on the concentration and really working on the, call it a revolving perspective that gives you that ability to kind of multitask and sort of have the ability to be multi-talented, right? When you're multi-talented, you're more well-rounded, therefore you're more adaptable. And the more adaptable you are, the more changeable the more changes you can occur. The more changes that occur within you, it really showcases your ability to sort of level up, right? You call it, I did well this much, do well this much, right? And it's not just like a sort of a climbing a ladder, right? It's not just about get to the top, right, kind of thing. It's really about becoming well-rounded, because you can get to the top in one thing, but then in other areas, you're very, very wanky, you're very off balance. So really, it's not about climbing a ladder, going up, right? It's really about going around, right? Because when you go around yourself, it's really about getting well at multiple things. Like you're really at the high of your career, right? You're a lawyer, you're the top-notch lawyer, but then you look at your relationships and it's like, it's a little bit wanky, right? Because we're not just, we're not just meant to level up in like our intellect. We're meant to level up in our emotions, meant to level up in our sexuality, meant to level up in our creativity, our physical health. We're meant to level up in multiple areas, because your backbone is not just it's not just the cranium, it's the backbone of you. There's many chambers to the backbone, the spine. There's many chambers to the backbone. And when you kind of work around yourself, we're not just climbing a ladder, right? You work around yourself, you're starting to get very well in multiple areas of you. Like, we want you to be well, like even basketball, to be well even in art, right? Because when you're well in both, it gives you this well-roundedness, because some people can be very lopsided. They're really good at these particular area that's their niche, right? That's their sort of their main sort of talent. But to have these other sort of, you can even say micro talents, they might not be of the main excellence, but having this micro talents can actually help you to become more well-rounded. Right, and the more well-rounded you are in your macro talent, the big balls. I don't know why I say big balls, but you big balls, right? The big balls of you, right? You call about, the real thing that you're really can say, good at. It does nourish that, right? Because it gives you ideas, and ideas isn't about climbing the ladder as a lawyer and getting the best of the best type of status as the lawyer. It really is about being very nourished, very well nourished. Right? Because we can be really nourished in our career, like high status, but then our ego is like way, like, it can be very, our ego and then the emotions, there's like a disconnect, right? Because we got too fixated or too inflexible in this area. So there's a lot of people who climb the ladder, right? And they get the top of the top, either the lawyer or scientist or some sort of basketball player. But what happens is that when they don't practice humility, which is about, revolving around yourself, being changeable, adaptable, and really sort of opening up yourself, you can get very lopsided, right? Where you kind of feel like there's just this other areas of you are like underworked. Like, it's like working this one arm. This arm gets buff. Look at this. Oh, it gets so look at my arm, it's so buff, right? And then this other arm is like floppy kind of thing. And the body is sacred geometry. The body is sacred geometry. So the body is sophisticated. It's not just working on like one arm or working on one eye or working on like one ear. The body revolves. The body will, like, it will heal the right ear. It will go into you could say the left side of the body, right? It'll go into like working on the right breast. It'll go into the particular kidneys, and then it'll go into the knees, right? So it's not about just the linear, right? It's really about becoming more geometric, right? When we think of geometry, we think of really the fullness of who you are. And the fullness of who you are is quite multi-talented and multi-dimensional, right? You are this love bug, right? Love bug, but you're also this fierce tiger that kind of walks on the love bug, kind of squishes the love bug, right? You're the tiger, but you're also a little cute little love bug, but then you're also like the ferocious like gorilla, you know, and then you're also the kind of like the, you know, the sort of lily pad that's just kind of chilling, right? These are all things that are you, right? Go out in nature and really see how the bees are an aspect of you, right? You know, worker, you're a really good worker, like the bees. But also when you look at the koala bears, that's an aspect of you where the koala bears are just sleeping for 18 hours a day and just like, oh yeah. Like do that for the whole life, right? So it's about having that sort of, that vastness of you and exploring that. And that's what this meditation can do. So we're going to tune in. So press your hands together, rub them here at the heart. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to chant Ong, O-N-G, Namo, Gurudev, Namo. Inhale. Ong, Namo, Gurudev, Namo. Ong, Namo, Gurudev, Namo. Ong, Namo, Gurudev, Namo. Inhale for protection mantra. Adgadename, Jugadgadename, Sadgadename, Siddhi Gurudevaname. Adgadename, Jugadgadename, Sadgadename, Siddhi Gurudevaname. Adgadename, Jugadgadename, Sadgadename, Siddhi Gurudevaname. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale all the way out. Bring your hands to Gya Mudra on your knees. Take a moment to prepare yourself. Drop into yourself. Really feel the spine. Really focus on the perineum, which for a woman is the entryway of the vagina, the perineum. Going up the spine, feel the backbone from the tailbone all the way up to, we get into the neck, right? Going into the deeper brain. And then visualize an opening at the top of the head, right? The soft spot of a baby's head. And visualize energy going up, 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 about 4 feet, and visualize 4 feet above your head there's a white sun. And then in the white sun, see energy going down, down, down the top of the head into the deeper brain, down the spine, all the way out through the perineum into the earth, like roots that branch out in all directions all around you. Make that connection, have that visualization, concentrate on that. Very much like you are a tree, right? You have a tree, the branches represent this white sun, right? 4 feet above your head, and the spine, the backbone, see it as the trunk, the sort of the integrity that stabilizes the tree, and then see the perineum, right, the sort of entryway into the earth, the entryway into the soil, and see that below your feet, right, you have an aura, and that aura is your roots that stretch, you can say 10 feet, right, will even go to 30 feet in all directions, and those roots represent your ability to connect with information that's of the earth. The white sun represents your ability to connect with information of the heavens, right? We have both the ascending into the heavens to retrieve information, and the descending into the earth to retrieve information of the ancestors. So just feel that ascending and descending movement inside you. Focus on that. See that sort of stability of the backbone, like a trunk of a tree that keeps you very solid and concrete in the way that you position yourself. That you can handle it, right? You have thick skin, but it's also supple enough to receive the sunshine, the nutrients that comes from the sun. See the roots below your feet, below you in all directions. kind of taking in the nourishment from the soil, the nutrients, the minerals from the soil, putting it up the spine into the brain, into distributing it throughout the entire body. And see, pulling down from the white sun, that you're bringing in kind of this sunlight, you're bringing in this energy, this kind of electric energy that is replenishing and healing you internally in all areas. Inhale, exhale. Now we're going to use this particular mantra. So just listen. Take a moment to listen. It's Waheguru, very easy. So you're gonna have your hands, your mudra is gonna be a Gyan mudra, thumb and index finger. Your other hands are gonna be tight together. You have them shooting straight up. You're gonna hold your stuff like this. You're gonna tuck in the chin so there's space in the back of the neck. You're gonna sit tall. You're gonna hold this posture very firm, like firm yogi, like no BS, like firm, right? And really focus on the pituitary gland, the pineal gland. Focus on the sort of secretion happening. And then we're gonna chant Waheguru, Waheguru, Waheguru. 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 Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. 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 Bring your hands now out like this. Handstand Gyan Mudra, right here across from the nibble. Waheguru, Waheguru, Waheguru. 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 Now bring your hands beside you. Now bring the pinky to the center of the palm, and your other fingers will look weird. And keep the thumb on the index finger, but put the pinky on the center of the palm, right? Like this. And your other fingers will look weird. And continue. Waheguru, Waheguru. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru, Waheguru. Inhale. Exhale. Now stop. We're going to do a breath. And you're going to pump the navel, belly button to spine. Now pump vigorously. Now stick the tongue out. Pump, pump, belly button spine. Keep going. Feel a little bit high, a little bit dizzy, but keep going. Pump, pump, pump. Now show the teeth. Like scrunch the face up. Work with the sinuses. Scrunch the face, the sinuses. Now open, drop the jaw. Scrunch the face up, drop the jaw down. Now have your hands like a rock star. Now squint the eyes like you're a Chinese man. 60 degree, 60 degree. Now open up the throat big time. Now really sharp, 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 create vibration in the arm. Inhale. Reach out, press the tongue on the roof of the mouth, squeeze 60 degree. Exhale. Inhale. Press the tongue on the roof of the mouth. Squeeze belly button spine, squeeze mula bandha, tuck in the chin. Exhale. Inhale last time. Press the tongue on the roof of the mouth, squeeze, open in. Hold. Sip more air through the nose. Exhale. And relax. See what that has done. Like, whoo, right? Like when the sinuses are definitely open. Like I feel a little runny nose. I feel a lot of any junk in my throat has been like removed. So that right there, what we just did, you can do that just by yourself. And that's really good to kind of clean up the sinuses, right? And also get the gunk. You see the gunk, right? The squinting of the eyes, there's a particular sort of a concentration, a particular sort of healing that happens in the, you call the Chinese eyes, right? The sort of kind of tight eyes. And then after this, just swallow, right? Any saliva, any sort of mucus that comes up, just swallow. So there's a lot of mucus, right? The sinuses, we work the sinuses. The saliva, we've really created a lot of particular saliva, right? That's very, very healing. So swallow the saliva. It's very, very healing to swallow the saliva. But yeah, you're gonna feel the sort of whatever's holding the throat release, whatever holding the sinuses release, and even in the eyes, the particular healing we did with the eyes that really works on the sort of like clearing out the sort of tightness in the face, right, and the tightness in the throat. So we're gonna tune out. So just bring your hands together, press them into your heart. Inhale, exhale. I'm gonna close out with one long sat and short nam. Inhale. Sat Nam. Bow to yourself in your practice, and thank you for joining me, and have a wonderful experience with this meditation. You can use this for concentration for those of you who have some sort of distraction issues, like you can't focus, right? You know, we call it ADD, right? Or ADHD. Both are kind of have a sort of imbalance in the ability to concentrate. There could be like a neurological sort of misalignment with I call the neurological in the connection to the backbone. So we worked with that and helped you to get more sort of energy to these upper glandular systems that can help you to feel a lot more healthy and happy and energized. So thank you.